All right, we are into the final lesson of module 2, and at this point you've really covered a lot. You've developed key skills that very few people have, and in this lesson I want to show you how to deal with the walls. Now, looking at our project design, our walls don't really look that smart. They don't really look that nice. And so I want to show you how to change their properties and change their services so that the outer surface of your wall and the inner surface of your wall, the edge of your wall, can assume any service texture that you want. And then I'm going to show you how to move columns. You will notice something right here, that we lost our columns here, so we have to replace them. So I want to show you how, just in case when you're working with your design project, something happens and then you lose your columns. I want to show you how to replace the columns. And then we're going to look at a summary of what you've covered up to this point. Remember, we are in the module 2. It is just the first week, and what we've covered, quite a lot. You have now very unique skills, but we are going to go deeper in the next week. But for now, I want us to finish up with the last lesson of module 2. So let's get started. I want to deal with the walls. I'm going to show you how to change their properties. Then I'm going to show you how to work with the columns, like how to add a new column where it didn't exist, or how to replace it if you delete it by mistake. And then we're going to have a recap for what you've covered the entire week. Okay, so let's get started. I wanna zoom in. This. Let's see how we can work with the walls right here. Now, let me show you something. I want us to go back to no, it's okay. That can come later. So if you checked our original design, the walls looked different. That's our original project. The project that you're working on, the walls looked different. Okay, and I want to show you how you can exactly do that. Now, again, these are advanced techniques and advanced commands that very few people know. So let's go to ground floor. Again, you can change the properties of your wall in 3D, and you can also do them in 2D, just like we did the floor slab. So I want us to change the properties of our wall. So I'm going to press Shift, select all the walls, specifically the external walls. Select them. Just the walls, external ones. So let's change their properties. So you go to wall settings, then you come right here. We want to override the default. Okay, we want to change how they look like. We want something more beautiful, something more admirable that a client cannot resist. So you come here, model, click right there, then under override service, we want to override the services and change them to what we want. So you click there, and then you can click this arrow. Now we're going to pick stucco white rough. Okay, this one, and that's the outside wall wants to be stucco white rough. We can change the rest of the services to what we want, but for now we leave it at that. So I click OK. Then I'm going to press F3, view it in 3D, and let's see the difference. doesn't really look that different. Let's see what happens. Ground floor again. I'm gonna select it, or I can undo to have it selected, and we go back to wall settings. I want to change everything. Instead of changing this one, I'm going to change this one and this one, both services of the wall. So I'm going to change this one to stucco white rough, and I'm going to pick this one, stucco white rough. Okay, we're not going to change the edge of the wall, leave it as it is, and then we click OK. Let's press F3, and there you go. What do you notice? Our wall is different. Okay. Let me zoom. Notice how, notice how this wall is different from the one on the story building. This is different from this one. So you can change the way you want your wall to look like. Let's change this one at the top here. So I go to story 1, and then you're going to change the wall. Click, press Shift, select all the walls. There we are. And then you go to wall settings. We click here. Let's override. To override the properties, we pick stucco white rough. Click here, stucco white rough. We're going to let the edge of the wall surface remain as it is, and then you click OK. Then you press F. So we missed this one. So let's work with this one. I selected. We also missed this one. So I select both. Let's do it. Click here. Pick stucco white rough. Click this one, and then you pick stucco white rough. Then you click OK. Now let's press F3, view it in 3D view. Here we are. It looks now very nice, very smart. So you can change the properties of your wall. Let's do one more, especially for the top. Story 1. I want to change something different. Select it. In fact, I want to change only this one. I'll click, and let's do this. I'll select that one, and this one, and this one. And then I'm going to change the surfaces to sliding light. Then I'll click OK. Press F3. They don't look that different. So why press F2? Let's try to change the entire walls of story 1. Let's see whether they will look different. We go to override services. We pick sliding light. Click here. I pick sliding light. Let's see where it is. Sorry. Sliding light. Where are you? Sliding light. Where are you? Okay, here it is. Select it. Then you click OK. Press F3. There you are. So what do you notice? Totally different from the ground floor walls. Okay, so this is the thing about ArchiCAD. It has rare abilities to produce realistic, actually photorealistic building design. And those are the kind of scale that I want you to have at the end of this training. One more change that I'll show you how to do to work with columns, replacing columns, and then we'll have a recap of what you've done. So I'm going to go to the ground floor, double click ground floor. I'm going to select all the walls of the ground floor. Okay. See, I want to make another change because I want you to get this right. So settings, I want to change this one to brick. Okay, let's pick brick white natural, brick white natural, then you press OK, press F3, and there you are. This is brick white natural, and you can even make them look like real bricks. Let's do that. F2, and click this one. Sorry, deselect the grid. So let's come here. We change this one into brick common bond. Okay, change this one to brick common bond. Brick common bond. Where are you? Brick common bond, and then you click OK, and then you press F3. There you are. Can you notice? So you can do anything you want. You can come up with any kind, almost any kind of wall surface that you want for your design. So here we are. Different wall surfaces, and you don't have to change all the wall surfaces. You can pick any wall you want and decide how you want it to look like. So I want you to practice that. I want you to build that unique skill. I want you to develop and master that advanced technique to change the properties of your walls, your slabs, and you can change even the properties of your columns. Now, I want to show you how to replace columns. By mistake, we deleted a column here, and a column here. Sorry, and I want to replace it. So what you do, we're going to produce a copy of this and replace it right here, and a copy of this and replace it right here. So I will press Shift and select it. I'll come and click this one. So now I have these two columns selected. I want to move both of them. So I'm going to press Ctrl Shift D. I want to make a copy of them, then drag them up to this point. I will click them, then I will drag them. I'm going to press Shift so I have them straight. Now I need to be sure the distance. So I'm going to scroll and check the distance. From this point up to this point is 35. This is 18 and this 17. So I'm going to move them 35. That ensures they replace the others exactly where they were. That's 36. So I'm gonna type 35. Then I make sure this angle is 180. Then I press enter. Then I have my columns replaced. Press F3 and you have your columns right here. I'm going to reduce these columns because we don't have a story here. So I will select them in 3D, press Shift, select them right on 3D, I'll come to columns, set. Then I'm going to reduce them to 29. Okay, 29. Then I'll click OK, and there you are. Okay, then I'm also going to reduce this one because we do not have a column here. This is a balcony, so I'm going to bring it down to 29. There you are. And this is what you have. Okay. The SKUs you have at this point, they are rare. And that's just for the first 1 week. Okay, that's just for the first 1 week. I want to show you, or rather, I'd like us to do a summary of what we have covered in the first 1 week. We learned how to design from scratch. I showed you how to load the program. We looked at the interface. We learned how to do the dimension units, the working units, how to set up grids. We learned how to construct walls. We learned how to construct slabs. We learned how to delete unnecessary columns and adjust columns based on your design, whether it's a story building or whether it's just a building that does not have stories. We learned how to construct a story building. So we've covered quite a lot in just 1 week, and those are just 2 modules. And in the next 2 weeks, we are going to advance. In the next 1 week, we are going to complete our first project. We're going to cover the roofing, we're going to cover the windows, we're going to cover the doors, so that by the end of the next coming week, we are going to have the project completely designed, and you're going to produce something exactly like what I showed you in the overview. And those are just 2 weeks. And then we are going to go to level 2, which is advanced. And then after that, going to go to level 3, extremely advanced. By the end of this training, you're going to have skills, very uncommon skills that can earn you more money. I want you to be able to make money after this training. So this is not just about adding knowledge, like I shared in the beginning. It's developing skills that are very rare and that are very practical, that you can go out there, use those skills and make money and improve and grow your career. That's my goal. That's my goal in my training, and that's what I want to deliver to you. So I want you to practice everything that you've done, and I am going to give you a project right below this video. You're going to find a project that is downloadable. You're going to find a PDF, and I want you to download that PDF. There's a project right there, and I want you to be able to come up with the exact project. Okay, at every stage, you're going to have to do a project. So I'm going to give you a simple project just for the first week, and then in the next week, you're going to do another project. But I want you to practice. Okay, the idea is practice, practice, practice. So go down below the summary of this video lesson. You're going to find downloadable project. I want you to download one, and I want you to design it. I want you to practice with it. I want you to see what you can produce, the story building, to see what you can produce at the end of the exercise. So that is it for today, and that is it for the first week. In the next week, we are going to enter into module 3, and then we're also going to cover module 4, and we're going to complete our project. And after that, we'll give you a real project that will help you develop the exact skills that we'll have covered at this level. So I'll see you in the next week in module 3. Then you're going to go deeper and deeper and deeper. In the meantime, download follow the project, practice, 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 and make sure you become the best in this. Because when you have rare skills, like I said, you can earn more money, you can improve your career, and even if you're employed, you can earn money on the side. You can even decide to go full-time and employ yourself in tech project and to work with personal clients. So that is it for this week. I will see you in the next lesson as we get into week 2, module 3. Practice, practice, practice. I'll see you in the next module.